जानी है इन्हें भी नखरे तू करना सोनिए इन्हें भी नखरे तू करना सोनिए दिल मेरा तेरे लिए धड़के नहीं आज फिर किथे आज फिर किथे आज फिर किथे चलनी है मोरनी बन के आज फिर किथे चलनी है मोरनी बन के संडे तो लेके सैटरडे तक संडे तो लेके सैटरडे तक कर दे वेट तेरी खटके नहीं आज फिर किथे आज फिर किथे चलनी है मोरनी बन के ਜਦੋਂ ਨੱਚਦੀ ਕੁੜੀ ਤੂੰ ਬੜੀ ਹੌਟ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਉਹ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਦੀ ਰਾਣੀ ਬਾਏ ਗੋਡ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਨੱਚਦੀ ਕੁੜੀ ਤੂੰ ਬੜੀ ਹੌਟ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਉਹ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਦੀ ਰਾਣੀ ਬਾਏ ਗੋਡ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਕੋਲੇ ਅੱਖ ਕਰਦੀ ਐ ਸਮਾਈਲ ਕੁੜੀਏ ਕਿਸੇ ਸ਼ਾਇਰ ਦਾ ਵਰਗ ਜੇ ਥੋੜ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਲੱਕ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਨਾ ਲੀਨ ਕਰਾ ਕੇ ਟਾਈਟ ਵਾਲੀ ਜੀਨ ਚੜਾ ਕੇ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਨੇ ਸਭ ਜੱਲੇ ਨੀ ਅੱਜ ਫਿਰ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਚੱਲਣੀ ਐ ਮੋਰਨੀ ਬਣ ਕੇ
ਲੱਗਦਾ ਤੂੰ ਹੀ ਹੱਥ ਕੇ ਸੋਹਣਿਆ ਦਿਲ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਗਿਆ ਕੱਟ ਕੇ ਸੋਹਣਿਆ ਆਈ ਤੇਰੇ ਲਈ ਸਜ ਧਜ ਕੇ
ਅੱਜ ਫਿਰ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਚੱਲਣੀ ਐ ਮੋਰਨੀ ਬਣ ਕੇ
ਤੇਰੀ ਔਰ ਮੈਂ ਚੱਲੀ ਆ ਮੋਰਨੀ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਤੇਰੀ ਔਰ ਮੈਂ ਚੱਲੀ ਆ ਮੋਰਨੀ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਓਏ ਮੈਂ ਐਵੇਂ ਚੱਲੀ ਆ
Hello. Good evening. I'm so happy to see all the joyous faces here, attending my daughter's, final ritual, which is, dancing only, right? And drinking, Priya. So I would like to thank a couple of people in particular before, I can give maybe 2 words of wisdom, because I was told that I go tangentially. Because I'm a professor, I teach like that, but I'm going to keep it, okay? So, one of the things which I wanted to thank is my Lord, Jai Sri Valla. Jai Sri Valla. And thank all my relatives who came from far away places. I don't have time to recognize each one of you, but whoever attended here, I really, from my bottom of my heart, I would like to thank you all. Now with this event, because of COVID, and in the family, we lost a few people. Emma's dada, both sides. Emma's mama. Priya's mama, Priya's kaka, who were looking forward since Priya was born that they will be in the attendance. Priya's and Hema's actually dad was attending every event since she was born. They actually came here during the delivery phase and came for every high school graduation, college graduation, right? And uncle was like telling me, if I have to come to America, I'll come for Radha and Priya's marriage, who's not with us. And Lalama, who coined the word called pinky for Priya, because she looked pink. And so, I'm just telling you, from both sides, we lost people who were really looking forward for this event. But I'm happy they're looking over us, and we still have their blessings. The other thing, I'm going to recognize Priya's sibling, Rahi. She didn't marry it, but she's with us. And so, with that, I'm just going to give one thing as a kind of advice to both of you, because yesterday I heard about having a patience. And today, this Hindu priest also said, keep patience in your life. Patience is the kind of currency for us to survive in every stage of moving life, because life is a dynamic thing, right? So, without taking further more, time of things, I just want to conclude by saying, thank you all. Thank you all for joining us in this event and celebrating with us. And I'm sure we are going to open the bar, once the event is closed. Okay? Thank you. And, I don't want to make anybody emotional here. We are here for joyous function. Okay?
All right, guys, one more time. Make some noise for this awesome kids.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good evening.
I just want to thank you for being here, being part of our celebration. And we are honored to have Priya in our family. And we are also very happy that Priya's family have accepted us to be part of their family. Thank you all.
Well, it is obvious that we're extremely happy and honored as well. Finally, it happened. You guys, we will embrace you. Let's say that. He'll be forever. You can rest assured. Again, very honored, and let's carry on. Let's make beautiful things happen. Beautiful children.
Hey.
And Raj,
Yes.
Emma, thank you much. We love you all. Your family, our family.
आसमां में जैसे बादल हो रहे हैं, हम धीरे 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 पागल हो रहे हैं।
दो नैन सितारे हैं,
Hi everyone, I'm Himansi and I'm Priya's maid of honor. And more importantly, I'm her first true love. That's correct. So many of you may not know, but I actually moved here to this country about 15 years ago. And if you know Priya at all, you know that she's a complete Bollywood package. I mean, any emotions you ask for, she's got them all in access. I, on the other hand, was a sassy, grumpy little teenager. But as they say, opposites do attract. So as I stepped off the plane, she had already told my cousin Vasu that she was going to be my best friend. And when I heard about this, I was like, sure. I mean, what else I was going to do? But as we grew older, we realized that it wasn't just a coincidence that we were brought together. It was fate. We learned to turn to each other during happy times and rough times. And any time, actually. We both quickly realized that life was much easier to get through when we had someone else to relate to who was going through the same things in life. And when I say same things, we actually got through some big milestones of our lives together. We went through same high school, got each other through tough times of med school and pharmacy school, graduated the same year, met the love of our lives, got legally married on the same day, and now we're having our weddings 2 months apart from each other. And Priya would love to have us have our kids together.
Yeah.
We'll see about that. And in fact, I actually came to the States on the same day of Priya's birthday. And ever since then, she's told me every year that I was God's gift to her. So as you can see, we truly completed each other. I can't believe that day was 15 years ago. All these years that I've known you, you've been the best friend and the bestest sister a girl could ask for. And one of the advantages of us being opposites from one another is that you've always shown me the positive in this world when all I want to be is negative. And I value that the most about you. You're the most loving and beautiful person I know, and I'm thankful for this friendship every day. Now moving on to Tiki. Many of you may also not know that Tiki and I go way back to undergrad days when we lived in the same building. In fact, one of my first memories of when I first met Tiki was how he walked into this dorm room with his muscle shirt on.
Oh my God.
And me thinking to myself, who is this weirdo? So clearly, I've known all his secrets and seen him go through all his crazy. And the stories I could tell you.
Oh.
But
No.
I'll spare Tiki of that embarrassment though. So when Tiki first showed interest in Priya, it made me think of all the things Priya and I had on our checklist for our future husbands. And we've been talking about this for this day a long time, by the way. So some of the boxes were that they had to be Guju, They had to love dancing to Bollywood music, and they had to love Garba. So, you can see why Priya picked Tiki. Just because I love Tiki. Although Tiki may have not checked those specific boxes, he did check off the bigger ones and the more important ones. He has always treated her as an equal and supported her through all her life choices. He loves her family and his pets as his own. He never stops dreaming about their big future and has accepted her and adapted to her culture without any hesitancy. When I see you two as a couple, I see strength, I see resilience, I see happiness, but most importantly, I see true love. You two are amazing together, and I could not have imagined for a more perfect couple. And I also could not have asked for a more perfect Jijaji. So, of course, over time, T convinced me that he was the one for Priya. However, the point of this whole speech is that I will always be the first in Priya's books. And to prove my point, I would like to share about the time when Tiki proposed to Priya.
Oh, no.
Tiki had a beautiful setup where they went through photos and the relationship, candle lights and flower trails. It was super romantic and beautiful. Tiki, with tears in his eyes, gets down on his knees and asks Priya to be his wife. Priya, who by the way is a complete Bollywood package, did not shed a single tear until I jumped out to surprise them and gave her a huge hug, to which she wept happily in my arms. So I rest my case. So Tiki, just remember that I will always be the first in Priya's books. And Priya, just remember that the spare bedroom in our house will always be available for you whenever Tiki's annoying you. But in all honesty, I love this girl more than she'll ever know. And I love you both together just as much. And I'm so happy to be here to celebrate you guys. I know it's been a long time coming, and I'm honored to have been part of your big day. As they say, you don't find love, it finds you. It's got a little bit to do with destiny, fate, and what's written in the stars. I'm so glad you two found each other. May your love continue to grow and you find all the happiness in the world. David and I could not have asked for better best friends to grow up with. We love you and congratulations. The best is yet to come. To Preeti.
At the same time, she had a lot of attention, and she couldn't get with anything. And she's always jealous of all the boys having all the freedom. And I was assumed, since she's the only girl in her family, that at her wedding, I'd be giving a speech in front of like thousands of people, a big, huge event. But unfortunately, COVID-19 had other plans. But that's okay, because life ends up just how it's supposed to be. And it works in cycles to get there. So our cycle started when Roger Uncle first moved to Albuquerque. He didn't know anybody, he was single, so he used to hang out with me and my brother quite a bit. He doesn't let me forget that he used to change my diapers as a hand raising me. So we had a fun little boys group for a long time. We had a good time and it was a lot of fun. But life is good, just as it should be. But life can't stay stagnant, let's move on. And the cycle continues. So he goes back to India a couple years later. And out of the blue, here's him on TV. And my brother and I had no idea, like when did this happen? We didn't know he was getting married, no one talked to us, no one asked us. So we had to put her to the test. So we went to her house, made her cook dozens of rotis all day long. We had a lot of trouble, just gave her a hard time. But in the end, life works out just how it should be. And she passed all her tests. Like I said, she's like another mom to us. But the cycle must continue. A couple years later, Priya was born. And just like Roger Uncle had a hand raising me, I don't let her forget, I had a hand raising her. No, I never changed her diapers, I wouldn't do that. But when she was sick as a little kid, I go to her house and spend a couple days with her, keep her company until she got better. We celebrated Rosh Hashanah every year together. As she got older, she always come to me for help or advice. She never liked my advice, not one bit. But she quickly learned the hard way, she doesn't listen to it, bad things happen. So she's always listening to me all the time, because I'm always right. Care of all these bumps and bruises without needing you. But just like we give him out the hard time, my boys love to give Priya a hard time. And they'll throw her on the bus any chance they get.
It's a pink horns and a mustache.
And so just like when my brother and I found out Roger was getting married, and we were shocked and surprised, so were my kids. They were upset and angry that Roger Uncle allowed this without consulting them first to get their permission. And, you know, they were ready to go to war with Tiki. But Tiki was smart. He bought him off the cool Christmas gifts, and now he's part of the club. And so we're happy that, you know, life worked out just how it did. You guys found each other. Priya's always been a great daughter, great sister, great aunt. No doubt she'll be a wonderful wife. And we look forward to the next cycle in this iteration, where I get to be the crazy uncle, and Sahil and Veer get to take care of your kids. So congratulations, wish you the best, and thanks everybody.
First, thank you for those amazing performances. Phenomenal. I do want to say one thing. I'm pretty sure when I jumped in, there's a couple of moves that got missed on your guys' part. I'm just saying. I've been practicing that thing for a long time. And that's neither here nor there. So, I won't get into too much of the speech. You guys already heard me earlier, and no need for waterworks. No need. And I just want to thank everybody here, from my family to yours. We are all one family now. You guys have accepted us. So from my family to all of you, thank you so much for hosting us here and accepting us with open arms. And I'll hand it off to my beautiful wife.
Okay, I'm going to try to get through this without crying. Promises. Thank you everyone for coming out tonight, traveling from near and far to be here with us to celebrate our marriage. Thank you, most importantly, to those who've been vaccinated, which is close to almost 100% in this room besides the kids. Because it's thanks to you that we've been able to celebrate like this, and celebrate like this week. This has been an event that I've been looking forward to since I was 5, probably. And I couldn't have asked for a better crowd to have with us here today. And it worked out to be better than anything I could have even dreamed of. I would like to start off by thanking my parents for making everything possible this week. They stayed up late till 3 or 4 shopping for outfits, FaceTiming people in India, and my mom cooked basically every sweet that you've had at this event, so please be sure to thank her on your way out. Most importantly, they dealt with my bridezilla breakdowns, which is way too many than I'm comfortable sharing. So, but we're here, so everything's done. We're in a good place. I would also like to give a huge shout out to my new family, the Solis family. Despite so much being new and different to them, they quite honestly have not missed a single beat in joining these celebrations. We've thrown centuries-old traditions their way in a matter of months, and they have so willingly and happily stepped up to the challenge. I would also like to give a special shout out to my new sister Erica and Viola for helping with a lot of the runaround of picking up decorations and making sure everything about this weekend has ran smoothly. And these are just, I thank all of you guys, but these are just specific people who have truly saved me from drowning this wedding planning season. My little sister Neha, you were, I don't know where she is. Where is she? Right here. Oh, hi. You were my personal wedding planner this season. All of the bridesmaids' outfits that you guys saw earlier were all thanks to her. She designed them all and convinced me I had a really bad decision. So you guys can all thank her for us looking really good. And then I'm sure most of you guys know, but this was supposed to happen at Isleta Casino, and then they called in March saying that they were going to cancel us, which was very fun for a bride to hear that they were going to cancel the venue. And I was in New Jersey actually when that happened, and when that happened I broke down crying and I was incapable of functioning as a human. And her, my Didi, and my Jiju sat down and they put all of their work aside and got on Google and literally called every venue in Santa Fe and Albuquerque to figure out who was open to host a wedding. And because of them, we found this place, and I'm very thankful that we're able to celebrate today. And a very, very special thank you to my sister-in-law, Puja, for her creative mind. She turned our home into a wedding house and is responsible for all the lovely little details you guys see here. I literally just would text her, this is what I want to do, and she would turn my dream into reality, and I'm very, very thankful for you. And lost my place. Okay, so now I want to talk about the biggest elephant in the room. This week was about the joining of me and Krystian, but also our families. And though we are similar in our love for our families, how loud we can get, and how crazy we all are, we share many obvious differences. At first glance, I'm sure you all have looked our way and thought, this is different. This doesn't seem familiar. But I want you all to reflect on this week and truly see what brought us together. It's our love for one another and your love for us. Traditions and multiple cultures have been celebrated this week. But more than that, they've been shared with one another. We've all experienced something out of our comfort zone this week, but we're richer for that today at this very moment. And love has spoken louder than any of the 5+ languages spoken in this room at this very moment. Because love always wins. This love has given my parents the son they've always wanted, and has given me a second family more caring and loving than I could have ever imagined. That's what it's about. We love each other and every single one of you here today, and the love you have for us has echoed into the Sandias and far beyond there. Let's finish off this crazy week holding on to this unconditional love, knowing that it's the only thing in this life that gives life meaning. So raise your glass, whatever you guys have in front of you. I don't know, water is fun. To love and its constant victories in the world. Thank you all so much for being here with us today.
religious song here, but I will sing something for you. Opera style. I haven't done it in years, but I don't think I lost it, okay? I'm gonna sing it a cappella, so obviously we don't have the track of love. And it goes something like this. Yo pide una su boquita de coral, sus ojitos, dos estrellas. Y al pasar le pregunté que quién estaba con ella. Y me contestó llorando, sola vivo en el palmar. Soy huerfanito, no tengo padre ni madre, ni un amigo que me venga consolar. Solitaria, sola vida, a la orilla del palmar, y solita voy y vengo, como las olas del mar. Now, second part, which is a song that most of you know, okay? Very popular song, and it's called Cielo, of course. De la Sierra Morena hacia el Lindo viene bajando un par de pasos negros, cielito lindo de contrabando. Y ese mar que tienes, cielito lindo, junto a la boca, no se lo des a nadie, cielito lindo, que a mí me toca. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, no llores, porque cantando se alegra el cielo lindo, los corazones.
bug, my mind got what you need. If you need to feel the buzz, I'm in the having sex, I'm in the making love. So come give me a hug, and then give me the love. My flow, my show brought me the dough. They brought me all my fancy things, my crib, my cars, my clothes, my shoes. Look for me, I done came up and I ain't changed. And we should, we only need it over a minute. Cause if you get happy, I made it. Let that body fall, toast to the good. Like, not the hood, now you tryna pull me back down. Despacito, quiero decirte mucho despacito. Mira que me gusta cosas